So to put a bit of chicken on, it's as simple as this. Cut your chicken into a little cube, rectangle. Once through the hook, and that's it. So that's what fowl gut looks like. Comes like that in a little bag. That's what you'll see in the tackle shop. Take a bit of fowl gut out. Yeah, I'm quite generous with my fowl gut, so it's probably, what's that, about 15 centimetres or, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches. And then you just thread it on. And that's the finished bait. Very attractive to bream, not so attractive to us. So mullet gut also comes in a packet just like the fowl gut. And it's brown. And you get little onions. So they're solid as a rock, these onions. The bream absolutely love them. What I do with these, push the hook through once at the top. Expose the barb, and that's it. And that's ready to cast out and find a lovely bream. So with the singles, your baits can be a little bit smaller. What I like to do is go through the middle, come back through just the once, and push the hook in a little bit, and you've got the half hitch at the top that secures your bait. Put a second half hitch on it if you want to, but most of the time you don't need to. It's quite a good bait. And that's how it sits. So you can see you've got good exposure on the hook. Your bait sits nice and straight, and it's a nice firm bait, so it'll stay on for quite a long time. Throw the shell and the juices run into the water, a little bit of burley. Can't hurt. See the bait, so just I start at the top and just thread it through 3 times. Doesn't need to get more complicated than that. And that's ready for the next fish. Take a bit of worm, always be generous with your worms. Got to keep the tackle shops employed. Picked up these worms this morning from Tackleland at Sandgate. Mark Templeton down there really looks after you. So a nice healthy bit of worm, make sure there's a bit left over, hanging over the barb of the hook, straight through, down the middle of the hook. Wind it all the way on, just come out toward the bottom. That covers your hook. So there's the first one. You can see the worm goes all the way to the top of the hook. If you can, just take it above the hook and make sure that barb's exposed with a little tag at the bottom. So they're the prawns, obviously, before you pull the heads and tails off and shell them. They're the prawns after it. It's quite fiddly, so I'm not going to do it on camera, but I won't tell you how to suck eggs. Very easy to peel a prawn. Just knock the heads off, knock the head off, the tail off, and then just unwrap the shell around it. Very easy to do. So we'll go up to the second hook on the rig, and we'll put the peeled prawn on. Start at the tail, wind it straight onto the hook, and there you have an excellent whiting rig, all baited up, ready to roll. These prawns are quite small, so I'd probably throw a second one on there. So there's the business end. You can see bottom hook with lovely worm, top hook with a prawn. Obviously, if you're using this rig and you're catching everything on the prawns, you'd change over to the prawn and vice versa. You only need one yabby. You can see how it's got little creases in its tail. The second or the third crease down, just through once. And that's it. That's all you need. Hopefully the whiting comes along, sucks that straight down, takes the hook in with it. You can do it a few different ways. Through the tail once, take it through the tail twice, slide it up, through the tail a third time. Then it sits down the shank of the bait keeper. So I'm using the whole pilly, I'm cutting it up in 3 bits, throwing the head away, I'm not using the head. what I'm doing with the body, the two bits of the body, there's a tail, two bits of the body. The body, I'm just doing a light pin through the top, and that's it. Nothing more or less than that. Cast nice and gently so it stays on the hook, and hopefully a big enough fish comes along and takes the whole bait all in one. So there's my 4 bits of pilly. I use these 3 bits. I throw this in for burley. You can use the head, and I often do use the head, but I've got plenty of bait today, so I use the head for burley and the other 3 bits of bait. Tail's probably my preferred, stays on a bit easier, but these 2 chunks definitely work. So with the tails, you can see this just once right through the end.